What's up, internet? Have dinner with me. I'm just eating my din. Um, yeah, I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom all day. It's a freaking great game. Um, I wasn't sure if I'd like it. This is a spoiler episode, by the way. I'm going to talk about things. Um, I wasn't sure if I'd like it. No, I was sure I wouldn't like it. But they really proved me wrong. I decided it was. There's been a few times when I was playing it when I was like, "This is the greatest game ever made." I really thought that this is the greatest game ever made, and it's just so flipping good. Like when I got to the Fire Temple, I spent a couple hours, maybe an hour, going around the outside and getting all the light points all the way around the tower, all the way around the Fire Temple, which I thought was cool and was hard. And I got rewarded at the very back of the Fire Temple. I found a fucking dragon, and I was able to. I built myself a hot air balloon really quick to get up to his level, and I stole his horn. So now I've got this red fire horn. Yeah, it was cool. I was like, I wouldn't have found him if I had just done the temple. I would have not done that, but I did. I took to exploring because they put these light markers all the way around the thing. Like you can see them, but they're like far away. Yeah, it's a fun game. The bosses are still really easy. I would be down with like the easy bosses and then some like uber hard ones, which they may have. It's like those optional bosses. The optional bosses seem a lot harder. Yeah, which I'm down with. People want to play the game. They don't want to. They don't want to get denied the ending just because they're not good enough to beat a boss. You can always grind a health and come back. Come back with better weapons, more HP. But yeah, that game was fun. The part where I decided it was worthy of the greatest game ever was when I'm earning companions. It lets you, I think, I have two out. I think it lets you keep all your companions at once. If it lets you stack up your companions so you have like, more than two at once. The two at once thing is cool. Having two companions at once in a Zelda game. I love that team game element, where it's like there's a tank, a healer, support, everyone has a different role. I really dig that because it's fun. It's like everyone has to protect the healer. You don't have to protect the tank. The healer keeps the tank alive. So it benefits like a storytelling setting like The Legend of Zelda really well. I don't really see like the what's that Hyrule game? Legends of Hyrule, whatever it is, where you play. It's like a there's a style of Asian game where it's like generals versus big armies. These people like throw everyone into the air with one hit. And there's a Legend of Zelda style game of that, which to me is a weird crossover. Um, yeah. I think like a squad fantasy battle tactics would be a lot better. Something with pause in real time. But yeah, I mean, this game is perfect. It's like, I had so much fun exploring. Exploring the pure darkness is really scary. It's really scary. It's perfect. I know there's some people who probably hated it, but it was just right for me. It was like a lot of fun. I definitely dug it. Yeah, my battery got a full charge today. I had the AC power on my battery all day, so it was like a live outlet. I didn't get any charge. I was like, it's been out all day. Why is it only on 2 bars? That's why. So, unfortunate. Anyway. Yeah, allowing you to have more than one squad mate was cool. really that's like cool for Nintendo. These are the people that don't let you regenerate stamina while you're falling, or they everybody sells things to you at like 5 times the price that they buy it. It's like, uh-huh. This doesn't work like gold in the real world. In the real world, you buy gold, you're gonna be gypped on like a way smaller level. It's gonna be like they're gonna take you're gonna pay more to buy it in like 3% than you'll take to sell it. They give you something really close to the price. So you don't have to be so stingy. Like, wouldn't it be cool if we had cooler things to buy? Could I buy a top level racehorse? You know, making me buy gear to do content is really like, I need fire gear. So I literally, an event is I have to save up rupees just to play the plot. I don't know about that. But yeah, I'm definitely excited about having other 2 squad mates at once. If it goes up to 4 or 5, man, they kept that hidden. Nobody showed me that. Like, that's one of the things I have to say about the game that I like, is the fans. It's been years and the fans haven't said shit about it. So, yeah. I found that, the Ganon hand monster, it's like this pool of red that follows you covered in hands. Ooh, that got me the first time. I ran. I was like, that was scary. I've seen the like multi-headed dragons. I haven't tried to fight them yet. Yeah. It is kind of interesting, this elemental idea of shockproofing. If you have all wooden stuff, yeah, wooden stuff is really bad. But if you're fighting something that shoots lightning, now you need something wooden. So, yeah. Yeah, definitely the underground is super interesting. I'm sure a lot of people weren't sure if they liked it. I loved it. I thought it was really cool. It was just the right level of like spooky, and anything that touches you permanently removes your health, which is like, you can get it back by doing a few things, but it was an extra level of like scary. Yeah. I could take Breath of the Wild 3. Modern graphics, higher NPC count. I like the machines now that I'm getting it better. I mean, really, like, the hot air balloon was the first thing I had on demand that I actually needed and used. I went to everything by gliding and climbing. I got all the way around the fire temple just by gliding and climbing, throwing light so I could see what it was. Because you see this little orange thing in the distance and you have no idea what the terrain is. Sometimes it's crazy terrain. You can't just walk, you'll fall. I did that once when I was falling and I was like, I freaking loaded a teleport because I was like, I just don't know where I'm going. The dark is scary. It is. The making the plot, the whole underground is like a secret layer, is just fucking cool. Yeah. I really dig what they did. So, since I know it adds more people to your party, I'm going to go rush the other 2 temples. Fire Temple didn't take me too long. Getting all the light posts definitely took quite a while. I was rewarded with a dragon. And, yeah. But I'm definitely going to go and Dang, this is cool. It's like the limitations really make having the machines feel awesome. I love the puzzles. The puzzles are a lot. Best the Zelda puzzles have ever been. Absolute best the Zelda puzzles have ever been. I really commend their decision to make Breath of the Wild 2, to do a remake of Breath of the Wild. It doesn't fit with the plot. When the fuck did the calamity happen? Was that before? Or was that after? I have no idea when this is supposed to, or is it like a redo? Is it like a Tears of the Kingdom is a redo? I don't really know. But yeah, a few times I was playing this and I just had so much fun. And it was like, I was like, this is the greatest game of all time. I've played a lot of games and I don't always like them. My library is filled with games I quit. I'm never quitting this one. I have to see it to the end. But I have to say thanks to the fans. I don't know what Ganon looks like. I hadn't seen any of the dungeons. I didn't even know you got a party. I didn't even know that you had the ability to have like a party. Which I think is really cool. Yeah. Link should have an entourage. And you should also get a little bit into like the tactics of the entourage. Your squad mates are simultaneously like useless as shit and really useful. It's kind of like this game is, even though I think it's the greatest game of all time, it's also bad sometimes in some ways. What did I think about the minecart challenge? I thought it was fun. It wasn't overdone. It could have been more complicated. And I'll tell you the truth, by the end, I just climbed to wherever I wanted to go. I just abandoned the carts and I would just climb there. So, yeah, that's why I got that extra stamina. So, yeah, we're going to go to the Zora place next. That's the exact screenshot that I have as my position in game. And I'm facing toward the road that goes into Zora's domain. So, we'll see how that is. The game surprised me. The Wind Temple surprised me. The setting for the fire, like, what surprised me was fighting that big boss on top of Mount Doom. That surprised me. I was like, what a cool idea. They get so, like, don't get too stuck on the structure, right? It's like, no, it's not the time for the boss now. Yeah, it is. It should be a giant boss right now, you know? And it made the descent, like, the descent into the fire world was fucking cool. You have to drop into the volcano. I had visited the volcano before it blew its top. I thought there'd be nothing up there. So yeah, I'm really happy with the game. Tears of the Kingdom, best game ever made. Yep. I've played a lot of games. Could be a little harder. Now, what I liked about the bosses is that it wasn't like... It's like... All Zelda games are like this. If you have the mechanic you just learned, the boss is actually extremely easy. Just use that mechanic you just learned. Right? And that's like... That's just the game and how it is. Now, what I would definitely like is that the 4 temple bosses are like extended tutorials / proving, and that there's a whole other level of difficulty beyond that. Like the temple bosses are easy on purpose, but it's like the optional bosses, and maybe even like the first game had things you could do to make Ganon easier. They should have things you could do to make Ganon harder. I've been asking for like a multi-stage Ganon fight. In the Breath of the Wild 1, it was 2 phases basically, or maybe 3. So I definitely am down for like a fourth stage. You know, it's like Ganon, who he appears to be. Ganon, the like raw power beast. Ganon, the copy of Link. You know, it's like he plays the games Link plays. He's been learning the whole fight. And then like raw, unrestrained monster Ganon. And I definitely, or like fighting Ganon at multiple points in the story. Yeah. I don't know how to get the Master Sword. I assume doing the memories will tell you where it is. So I'm definitely interested in doing that. So, yeah. I had the Master Sword, but I used it until it disappeared, and then it's just been gone forever. It hasn't come back. Oh, that's right. He sent it into the past for Zelda. So Zelda got the Master Sword in the past. And she's like, I assume, gonna fix it and leave it for Link somewhere. So yeah. I'm gonna do Zora's next. And then do Gerudo. And then when I have my squad, I'm gonna do other content. So yeah, but I get a permanent character to walk around with me. You know I'm gonna go do that first. Yeah. I'm really excited for like AI improv, you know, using a ChatGPT AI improvisation to create characters. Yeah. Really into that. The game was hard sometimes, but it's paid off. Like, The Legend of Zelda is a game that benefits grinding. It's when you choose to abandon the quest and just go look around. Sometimes it's disappointing. Like, you find shit that's just literally off limits to you. Like the Zora Domain Tower has this gunky shit on it. You can't get inside. I didn't climb up the top. Maybe that would have done it, but I made way too much food. I could make this pasta go a lot further by cooking less in the water. Make the pasta in the water go further. The fire for my stove is still gone. Yeah, I definitely like cooking. The cooking and scavenging is nice. The food needs to be on a separate fucking menu from everything else. There's no reason I should be like, you should have food on a menu, elixirs on a menu, the rocks on a menu. This idea that food, rocks, monster parts, devices are all on one menu. It's like, I thought that was a bad idea. Yeah, not letting you not letting you regain stamina when you're free falling. Come on. I'm amazed they gave you I'm amazed they gave you a party of characters to use. They don't, they pull these cheap corners sometimes. It's like, no. They're like, I want to do this. No. You know, and I hate that. And they're like free thinking, like being able to climb to beat the temple. Awesome. Really cool. The temple's in like a big public area, and so you can get around. I appreciate that. I'm not mad at all you didn't force me to do the temple the way you wanted me to do it. I'm really glad you didn't. I really like that. I like that free-form approach, right? That's what's better about this game, is that there's not one solution. So, yeah. I never knew there was a secret room next to the Ganon fight in Ocarina of Time. Yeah, right before the Ganon fight, there's this loud-ass shit you can hear, and there's an invisible wall you can walk through that has like all this stuff inside it. I never knew that. So yeah, I love that to 100% this game takes like 300 hours. That's like a month of playing. Nobody does a game that's 300 hours long. These guys do. 100% everything. I went to the Yiga abandoned mine underground, and I had no idea the Yiga boss was there. I was like circling the place. I was looking at the markers. I was like, what is this? I had to look it up online. And I was like, oh, the Yiga boss is standing. I've done that before where I like walk by an NPC and I don't see him. So AI improv would help with that. Yeah. Raise their voice, make them shout something or something like that. Well, this game is a Switch natural. This game came from the Switch. So I hope we're going to see a brand new title and Zelda title for the Switch 2. Switch 2 is a good console. Gaming's fun. Most people can't own a PC. You want to spend $4,000 to have something that's up to date for a while? That's expensive. Most people don't have that. So, yep. This butter stuff's pretty good. What else about the game? Still looking for my Boba-Clan guts so I can get my helmet to tier 2. Or maybe tier 1 is the first upgrade. Pretty tasty. Yep. They give you a half hour to eat. They don't give you time to digest. Sometimes you just want to sit there after eating, you know. So yeah. I do really love the exploring in the dark. I like having more companions for Link. Link shouldn't stay silent. Yeah. Link maybe you could have Link like AI models your voice, or you get to pick a voice. Be cool to play as Link or Zelda. I think we're really down to the point that Link having a squad with Zelda too. Put Zelda in his squad. I can't think of anyone else that's been in every game. There's a lot of characters that are only in a couple. Link, Zelda, and Ganon are like the only ones in every game. Breath of the Wild 2 definitely kind of like answers the name The Legend of Zelda. If you play The Legend of Zelda, you're going to find that she like doesn't do anything. She's just like, she gasps at shit and gets saved. And so in this game, she's like a lot more active. She actually does like crazy ass shit. So that's good. Yeah, that's a nice improvement. I definitely like that. Man, if there's reincarnation, I can't wait for like playing games in another lifetime. This lifetime, you know why I'm staying alive? I want to see all the video games. I want to know what y'all make. So, but yeah, this is how much I ate. I almost bought a bigger pot. I'm glad I didn't. I don't need that much. I should put less in there. I'll get better at it. It's just when I'm like pouring, I'm like, no, I need more. I can get with my stomach. But yeah. I do like flying around the clouds. I like dropping into the holes for the abyss. I like Boba-Clans are okay. sometimes, but I'm really like tired of them. They're overused. Yeah. You got to get some other type of monster. The Ocarina of Time had literal zombies. There's been scary monsters in the game. Those like gripper things with all the teeth, those are pretty scary, I think. The apes that can hang upside down, they're scary too in a group. There's definitely like a different type of, there's a lot of things that climb on the walls and the ceilings. Maybe you'll be able to do that. Yeah, maybe Link will be able to do that. No spoilers. Yeah, they've kept that game, Tears of the Kingdom, spoiler proof. Nobody's shared anything that I've seen. I've never had any. I didn't even know you got party members. I haven't seen what any of the bosses look like. They were just like, didn't say shit. So, which I appreciate. I definitely appreciate that. Yeah. What else? Yeah, I hope if I'm ever reborn, I'm reborn in a world that's like way easier. Everything's automated. Don't have to work. Lots of games. Can look however you want, live forever. That's where I want to be reborn. I've done my time here on Earth. I worked hard. I'm over that. I want to have it easy. But yeah, Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild are genius because of like how you build up over time. Stuff that sucks at first will make you just like overjoyed to have the problem fixed. You have problems by the game's design, and when you fix those problems, you're going to be like, ooh. So it's kind of like you have to get into it. You have to endure the tough parts. And it's fun. It is fun being like a scrappy survivalist. You have 3 fucking hearts and you have to make it work. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm armored now. I have relatively low level soldier gear and stuff hits me. That boss, that Fire Temple boss hit me for like nothing. So I thought it was really easy. Yeah, the story bosses are super easy. I'm totally down if you have some optional bosses that are like hardcore. It's a balance. It has to feel challenging and difficult without being like too easy. Definitely the climbing can get you. Sometimes when you're like trying to do a thing with climbing, Link fucks up and it's just like, no, I didn't want you to face that direction and jump, you moron. You know, it's like, yeah. Like, let's look at turning around with the hang glider. If you're going the wrong direction, you're in the hang glider and you want to turn around, he turns around like that, like really, really slowly. And I'm like, it's got to be. Why can't he just like do a pop and twist and just get in there? He's got to like slowly drift around. So. Maybe Link will grab the ability to climb on the ceiling. I have no idea. Yeah, it's been a while since I found some Korok seeds. There are none underground. Not a one. I guess that's plot-wise. I'm amazed Bobikins are down there. I guess they're mining. They need this stuff. So any minion of Ganon would be down there. Yeah. I'm excited. The first boss, the Wind Temple, was a 10. And it was a really good boss for that scene. The fire boss, the big crab, I guess they're all going to be like alien monsters. The first boss was like a centipede thing. The second boss is like a big crab. The third boss is like, I have no idea. I'm going to start it. I don't think I'm going to finish it tonight. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to hit upload, and then I'm going to get into the Zora part. Ride right into Zora's domain. See what's going on. Yeah. Zora's domain has been frozen, and then in Breath of the Wild, it rained too much. We're going to see what this one is. It looks like it's like mud. The gunky water, like sludge. I would be fine if you like sidelined. I don't know. Yeah, the 4 temples are like unlocking parts of the game. I definitely would rather die on a hard boss than beat it too easy. I don't like cheesy shit, right? It's like if I got stuck climbing and jumped the wrong way and then I died because of that, I'd be mad. But it's like the boss legitimately did, I just wasn't ready for an attack or whatever. Nah, I'll learn. That's fun. So yeah, I'd rather it be. I think the bosses are a bit too easy. The exploring in the darkness was hella fucking good content. Scary. You can't see the terrain at all. Nobody does that. Absolute pitch blackness? Nobody does that. This is like pretty good stuff. So I'm hoping to see. I can't wait to see what they come out with next. I can't wait to see what I could stand a Breath of the Wild 3. Yeah, keep the major content of the first 2, and then do something else. Maybe like upgrade the castle. Yeah, make like the raid on the castle way better, because the castle's a lot of empty space. The castle's got like some cool stuff, but it could have more hidden rooms. I definitely like when you get into the castle and you're near the end of the game, how it like fucks with time. It's like you're approaching a portal, So yeah, I definitely like the mystical aspects of it. Yeah, it's funny. I can't decide if the being who they call Zelda is really Zelda, or if she's like an evil copy. I can't tell. They've kept it hidden. They don't like say. So yep. Well, I'm going to be doing Zora's Domain tonight. Now that I know it expands your party, if I can have all 4 people out at once, I'm going to be so happy. I'm going to be like, is this the same Nintendo that was gypping us the whole fucking time? For real. They just like, they do these things in games like, this would be fun. Yeah, but not allowed. This costs something, right? Hey, can I just get this? No. You have to earn something to get that. And they do that a lot. Like, I want to get the Great Fairy. You got to get a horse. Okay, I got a horse. Now you got to get now you got to get a cart for the horse. And then you have to transport these people, and then you can get the fairy. And it's like, I really like the like scavenging, sneaking, climbing, seeing something in the distance and going for it. That's the part that's fun. Seeing something in the distance and going for it. And they made it better with the total darkness. That was badass. It's definitely scary. You're like approaching a wall of blackness and you have no idea what's there. That was terrifying. That was that was probably the most scared I've ever been in a game, was dealing with the total darkness, because my imagination's like, the fuck is there? And it's been surprised before. So yeah, I'm definitely a fan of that decision. Yeah, I'm a fan of the decision to go underground. I'm a fan of the decision to use the first map again. I'm a big fan of that. Yeah. Breath of the Wild 2. Hey, it was a hit. Let's do a sequel. I'm down with that. I'm not such a fan on like not saying where, like, what timeline we're in. When was the freaking cataclysm? When was that? You know, I'm really mad going through the Hyrule Castle. It's exactly the same. It's the same exact fucking castle from the first game. And I just feel like there could be more going on there. Make it a little more interesting. Yeah, the part where you like in the first game you break through the floor and you descend into like this underground chamber and fight like this monster as Ganon. And I thought that was cool. And they definitely were like, hit, huh? Well, let's go even deeper, you know? And I kind of like that. I think that's kind of cool. It's definitely, and letting you fight Ganon whenever you want, also very cool. Yeah. It'd be interesting if it's like you beat him, but it's unsuccessful, and then you've got to acquire power. Something to drag it out. I definitely think building was a good idea. I was a little against it at first, but building was a crazy good idea. Really a lot of fun. It's been like, I've been playing for a long time. I just now got the ability to make things kind of nice that are useful. For the majority of the time I had building, it was like a piece of duct tape. You know, it was like a very small help. Wasn't really like, I wasn't conquering major challenges with it. Now I am. Now I'm like the hot air balloon. I had a hot air balloon with an extra battery. It got me to all the way to the ceiling. I hit the roof. So, yeah, hitting the roof in pitch blackness, you can't see up. You can't even see what the light source is sitting on. You're like, I have to get to this light in the dark. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. How do people do mukbang? Like, you see how much this is? That was like a ton for me. I don't know how those people are like, I'm going to have 32 cheeseburgers. How? Who are you? That's some primal shit. So, yeah. Hey, it's still warm. Yep. I'm definitely gonna keep playing it. I'm gonna freaking overdo Tears of the Kingdom. The dungeons are way better. These are the best puzzles and the best, like, temples they've ever had. The Wind Temple and the Fire Temple. I'm like dragging my feet wanting to go back to Zora. I hope I'm not disappointed. Zora and the Gerudo are like, I don't really like any of them. I don't like the Rico. I don't like the Gorons. The Gorons can be funny, but it's like, haha, funny. I like that they have kids and old people. They introduced that. Not everyone's all the same age. They have like people of different ages in their society. Yeah, so it'll be a while. Hopefully, Zora is gonna extend until tomorrow, and then hopefully Gerudo will be like, I won't even come close to starting it. I really like that. Yeah. So yeah, I gotta go into Zora's Domain. Gotta go in there. Yeah, it is the greatest game ever made so far. It's just fun. Hits these right currents, and I'm losing my mind playing a Zelda game with other people. There's other characters playing with me. I can't believe they did that. Like, being insulting. I can't believe it's so obvious to me. It's like, yes, this needs this. You have to do this. And I can't believe they did it. They're like, look, and they didn't even get cheap. They're like, you can only use one. You can only use one. Pick which one you want. So many games do that. They're like, pick which follower you'd like. You only get one. Right? And I'm like, why? It'd be more fun if there were all of them. Right? Give me all these followers and then give me a monster to fight. That's going to be fun. I want to watch some action. I want to watch a battle between all these characters, right? And they actually gave us that. They actually did it. I'm shocked. I've been so disappointed for so long. They actually fucking did it. So, kudos to them. I didn't need to ask. They just did something smart and cool without needing to be asked. Yeah, that's one of the things about Tears of the Kingdom. They did multiple smart and cool things without needing to be asked. They just thought of it, right? Usually when I'm playing a game, I go, this would be cool if, you can't. They just didn't feel like adding that as a feature. No, you get one, right? It's like, I want all of them at once. No, And this game, they were actually like, here you go. Yeah, we know you're going to want it. Yes, you got to have all of them at once. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. So it's still some annoying stuff, like you can't regain stamina while you're falling. Come on, free falling? Like it's like standing. He's not doing anything. Should be a resting position. No stamina. You've had enough, right? And it's like, I hate that. I hate that. Yeah, when I modded Skyrim, I added hundreds of NPCs. I mean, the Skyrim mods on PC are gigantic. And for good reason. And it's a lot of fun. I definitely like running around with a tank, a healer, DPS. Cool. Yeah, as AI gets better, it's going to get better at like improvising stuff for you. Yeah. So. But anyway, yeah, that's my vlog for today. Greatest game ever made so far. I think so. There's just been so many fun and cool moments. I was like, it's worth it. Yeah. Tears of the Kingdom is legit fun. It's legit fun. And this was a spoilery episode. Thank you for not ruining stuff for me. I appreciate it. Yeah, the internet was good. They didn't share. Like, when I was on my horse, I got on the horse deliberately because I was like, I can't show a screenshot of these two characters with me because it's going to ruin the game for somebody else. They're going to know what's up. And so I hid that, right? It's just me on a horse. It doesn't say anything. So, yeah. Fighting Death Mountain was fucking cool. It came out of nowhere. Yeah, flying around Death Mountain, launching a Goron at people. That was cool. I can't believe they thought of that. They're like, this will be awesome. It only occupied a few seconds or a few minutes of game time for me, but it was like, it's a lasting impression. Like, dope. So cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things I have to thank the Tears of the Kingdom team for, is that so many times in these games they were like, oh, just no, and it's like now they're like, well, bam, what about this? this is awesome too, right? Stingy. That's the word. Not always, but often in games, I feel like the developers are stingy. It's like you get one follower and they're not going to be as good as you. They're just really there for show. And I'm like, sometimes that happens in this. Like sometimes your characters like just stand there. Definitely the characters need. If there was a mod for Tears of the Kingdom, it would make your allies more active. More bigger monsters and more active allies. Yeah, that would be cool. I wouldn't mind watching them kill everything. I really wouldn't mind. I think it's awesome. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, and now it's been like 10 seconds. You haven't done anything. Do something now, please. Yeah, sometimes it's kind of bad, but I really am like looking forward to seeing what else they come out with. I'd be down for Breath of the Wild 3. Yeah, I would definitely be down to see a Switch 2 modernized version. Same stuff as like I'm not sure how they would do it. Adding the underground was such a big deal. Maybe like I'm not sure. Definitely, when you could have like a party like Zelda is a person who can talk, you can talk, and Link and Zelda can hear you. Gives Link a voice, right? Maybe let Link's voice be chosen by AI. You can like decide how he sounds, even emergently, right? Like I really like Christopher Walken. Can I make Link talk like Christopher Walken? And then this AI does just Christopher Walken impressions. I'd be down with that. It'd be hilarious. That'd be such a good thing. But yeah. I was joking. I was like, why do you hate fun? Why do you hate fun? Come on. They do hate fun. They could have it nice and they're like, no, that's too much for them. They wouldn't know what to do with it. And I'm like, come on. Can I have all 4 characters at once? Really? Do I have to put some of the special characters away so I only have one at a time? Is that what it is? See, and I love the fact that they just like were like, yeah, you get all 4 characters at once. I think you do. I have 2 at once. I think you may be able to run around with all 4 at the same time. I love that. Any confusion about like too many bodies or space being used up, I will forgive for the fact that I could run around with 4 people at once. That is awesome. Right? Good decision. Going into the dark to brave the darkness and it's totally pitch black. Great idea. Great idea. Great idea. So many people were like, yeah, what if someone doesn't like it? Oh, fuck them. Hope they die, you know? I don't give a fuck. Yeah, you can be like too nice. I don't like how like the Rico's speech and the Goron speech at the end of the temples was identical. It's like the same speech for both characters. So it's probably going to be all 4 characters have the same speech at the end. I don't like that. Just like how I don't like that the shrines all have the same ending. The shrine endings are all the same. Hate that. I would have much rather had a little bit of flair, you know, had like some good stuff. So yeah. The skyline is beautiful. I really like the foraging for cooking. I hate that the cooking goods are in the same menu as the rocks. I'm like, oh, come on. Categorize them by use. Yeah. That would just make it easier to scroll through. Yeah. And you definitely need to upgrade Hyrule Castle. It's the same Hyrule Castle from Breath of the Wild. So I would have rather seen it like fleshed out a bit more. It's still cool. It was cool, but yeah. I mean, it's tough for me to imagine that there's people who like their introduction to Zelda is Breath of the Wild. They had never played a Zelda game before, and then they played Breath of the Wild. See, it's like I played Ocarina of Time. There's people who knew the regular Nintendo one. They knew the very, very basic original one, right? So, yeah, it's a cool legacy. I'm interested in seeing where it goes. I would love some cross-party talk, like Goron guy and Rico guy and whoever else I find have a conversation while I'm playing. I would love them to like some AI improvisation is what I really want, like a lot. But it's pretty good. I can't wait for to see what they come out with on the Switch 2. I bet there's going to be a Zelda game. I would take Breath of the Wild 3. Yeah, I would. It would stress me out on how to keep all these elements and update it. That's finna be crazy. Maybe aliens, space. Link goes to space. Yeah. Link goes to space. I don't really want to see like a shadow world, like you can change your vision and see another half of. I think it should be like aliens. Link has gotten so powerful, it's like extraterrestrials from the creator. Ooh, Link, Ganon, and Zelda are in a team against aliens. That's some Naruto for you. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Yeah, they still, like, Ocarina of Time had a creation story, but they still haven't explained why the creator lets Ganon exist. I mean, there's obviously some force pulling Link, Ganon, and Zelda together, and they never really say what that is or even acknowledge it's there. Yeah, it is interesting. Something made the dynamic between those three, and nobody has really ever explored that, not to my knowledge. So, I would like to see that. I would like less tutorial mode. Give them like a tutorial for their own good, but then like let them leave if they know what they're doing. Yeah. That way speedrunners can do that. They don't need to do the tutorial to speedrun the game. They can just like run right to Ganon and go for it, which would be fun. That would be interesting. Yeah. So, I do appreciate them letting you fight Ganon whenever you want in both games. That's a cool feature. Yeah, that's a cool feature. He's just too much of a big baddie to do it solo, so do it too early. Take your time. Gain some hearts. But yeah, I can't wait to go back. I can't wait to go back and play it again. Yeah, that's what we'll be doing tonight. Anyway, I'll see you. And it's funny. Like, that's something about the Zelda games is they do have a sense of humor. They can make you laugh. I loved the marbled rock. They were all eating the marbled ore. I love that plot. That was funny. I'm super disappointed I went to the Zora Lighthouse and it was freaking gunked up. I got all the way there for nothing. I hated that. Maybe I missed what you had to do, but to me it was like I turned away. I just went home. So yeah. I love magnets. They're so cool. Yeah. The current building thing in Zelda is going to be tough to top. That was one of the coolest things you've ever done. And I'm very interested to see what comes next. Breath of the Wild 2 is a good idea. I'm glad you did it. And whoever's making decisions for the company now, He's doing it right, doing it well. I want more menu organization, and I want more like, can I regain stamina while I'm falling, please? I'm not doing anything. I should have stamina come back. Like, no, there's too much stamina. That's how Breath of the Wild 1 was. Yeah. I love sandbox. I like challenge. I don't really like the arbitrary walls. You know, it's like, I want to do this. Yeah, but you can't. I don't want to let you. Okay. It's like, I gotta work with that. So I'm definitely annoyed at some of the enemies being like redone. Like, I haven't seen one Lionel. My favorite enemy from the first game, and there's not one. I'm like, the fuck you talking about? That was weird. That the underground caves don't have their own like life form down there. There's like, I guess there's a few, but only a few. Could have definitely dealt with some more monsters. Anyway, I've yapped it up for an hour. I love the game. I'm calling it the greatest game ever made so far. Yeah, greatest game ever made so far. By us, for us, what we know of. Some alien civilizations could be way older than we are, and they could have games you wouldn't even believe. But I like our style. I think our style is fun. I love that they let us have multiple party members for Link. Thank you for being cool for once. I mean it. They could have easily said, no, you get one. Pick which one you want. You have to put one away to get the next one out. They could have done that, but they didn't. And that's got me clapping. I'm going, who are you? Who are you? What happened to the old Nintendo? This is amazing. So, Skyrim did that too. You get one follower. Because we don't want to work on pathing for more than one person. It's going to be, you'll get stuck. They have follower mods where you can just run into them and it pushes them backwards, and they solved it that way. So, yeah, that's the thing, is that like so many of these devs just like, they do a bit of work on the game and then they're like, but I'm I don't really know how they do it, but I just see a lot of ego. They're like, can't go any further. It's as good as it's going to be. And it's like, you need that editor pass. Yeah. That's what Breath of the Wild is. Breath of the Wild is the power of having an edit, a remake. I think it counts as a remake. It's not a remaster, it's a remake because they like, it's the same game just jived up. So, yeah. Maybe Breath of the Wild is a good conversation on like remake, remaster, or like, what would it be? This would be a redo. Yeah, redo. New make, same game. Like Silent Hill was a brand new game. But yeah, I'm super excited. I love it. I love this game series. I love this game. Makes me laugh. Hasn't really gotten me to cry yet. I don't think so. Yeah, I love that Link has a party. I'm totally down with more people in Link's party. I like seeing them like run around and like interact with the world while he's doing it. I think that's a ton of fun. It's an innovation for sure. Yeah, I always hated playing games where you're too solo. You can't have any friends. All the NPCs are in town and none can walk with you. I hate that. I just, that will make me not want to play. And I love when it's like, yeah, let's party up. All of our powers are going to combine here and we're going to become a super squad. That's dope. That's dope. I love that. So, thank you for doing it. I got to say that. Usually it's like, oh, there they are cheap again. Can't regen stamina while you're falling. This time they're like, yeah. You get more than one person in your squad. They went from no followers at all to more than one? Whoa, who are you? What's going to be your next game? The engineering is cool too. Yeah, they don't have so much object conservation. Too many people are worried about system memory, and so it's like, you can have one out, maybe two. More than two is banned, right? Hey, can I put turrets wherever I want to? One at a time. Why can't I have more than two at a time? You just can't. Those are the rules. You know, it's like I'm always so mad. I was like, it'd be fun if I could have more than one out. What if I want to see that? What if I want to do that? Shouldn't I be able to? And I love the developers who are like, yes, you are going to be able to do that. So I got to thank you for Breath of the Wild 2. I wish maybe there's a speed running mode I don't know about with like the starting area. Maybe you can just leave with your skills unlocked and run out as a fresh, brand new baby. But yeah, wrong warp. The wrong warp to the end of the game. That shit's funny. Yeah. I've tried to get through areas you weren't supposed to go by like rolling, dodging, jumping. I found you couldn't, but some people didn't take no for an answer and they found out you could. So yeah, anyway, I've been yapping too long about this. It did multiple times during like that fire when I've like explored the outside. It was scary and hard. And then I found a dragon. You kidding me? I found a fucking dragon. And I thought the fire temple was pretty good. It was short enough. It was interesting. But these temples aren't the main content of the game. The temples are like, prove you've learned something, right? It's very much like, yeah, they're for like their extended tutorial. That's what the temple is. It's an extended tutorial. So, hey, I will call it the greatest game ever made if the last boss Ganon is good. If I think the last boss Ganon was like thorough and deep enough and hard enough, I'll call it the greatest game ever made. If it's not, I'm gonna give it like a B. Yeah, I'm gonna give it like almost really good. A lot of great choices. I love the underground. Cool idea. Big shakeup, gives you another reason to use special items. Scary. Link needed that. He needed to go into a dark abyss with a light, you know. He needed this. He needed that. And he just didn't have it before. Remember, they gave you in Halo 1, they give you a flashlight. It's literally only useful for like one or two parts. Halo 2 as well, they also give you a flashlight. And it's like never dark enough to warrant it once. And it's just like so weird. It's so weird. So, yeah. Yeah, Link is about courage. So courage would mean the ability to fight monsters, which he has. Thanks for listening to me yap. We're going to call it a show. I'm really looking forward to going back and figuring out what else this game has for me.